Hi, this is Tumca Travels, and today we are in Wales.
In the north.
Y Gogledd. This time we're in my neck of the woods, back in the motherland, exploring North Wales and frolicking around the green grass of home.
We start in central Wales with a couple of coastal stops as we head north.
Wales is the only country in the world to have created a continuous footpath that spans its entire coastline. So if you really wanted to, you could walk the entire route.
All 870 miles of it.
Dotted with sleepy fishing villages, there is none of the urban or industrial sprawl of the south.
Here it's all fishing trawlers, pastel-painted cottages, miles of beaches and castles. Loads of castles.
Harlech Castle was the base for the renowned Welsh rebellion against the English, led by the man known as the last Prince of Wales, Owain Glyndŵr.
Wait, isn't Prince Charles the Prince of Wales and a king gardener? He'd love nearby Portmeirion, I'm sure.
Yes, but Glyndŵr was the last Welsh Prince of Wales, and actually, if we're being technical, he was the only Welsh Prince of Wales, because Wales actually used to be a lot of mini princedoms and never actually united as one independent country.
Which is exactly why Edward I decided to build all these castles in the first place, to subjugate the Welsh.
Which was me.
But if he hadn't, Wales would not have had all these lovely castles.
Across the Menai Bridge, and we arrive on the island of Anglesey, home to the longest place name in the entire world. So, how do you say that name?
Thanks. Clan Fer Fwrgoge Ceres Tige Go.
Well done, that's exactly right.
Right.
It's actually pronounced Llanddwyn pwch wingich go gerich dwi'n drobwch Llantysilio go.
Show off.
Anglesey, or Ynys Llanddwyn, is known as the Holy Isle due to its ancient connection with the Druidic faith.
After the Roman conquest and their attempts to wipe them out, the Druids withdrew to Anglesey and held out against the invaders for 20 years, until the Roman army finally conquered them in 78 AD.
For a time, Anglesey was colonised by pirates, before becoming the site of the court of the Kingdom of Gwynedd.
When it was eventually conquered by the English,
Edward I again,
they built Beaumaris Castle to scare the Welsh into submission.
and together with Conwy, Caernarfon and Harlech, these 4 Welsh castles have been designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. How do you feel about the fact that there is a castle in Wales with a French name?
Fabulous.
What's it mean?
We looked into this. It was beautiful marsh.
Marsh. Although isn't the word for marsh in French something different?
Malais.
So like an evolution of Maris. But still, what a lovely castle.
One of the very best things about Anglesey is the coastal views across the Menai Strait, in which you see the towering mountains of Snowdonia behind.
Meanwhile, in the north is Holyhead, the UK's biggest port that serves the route between Great Britain and the Republic of Ireland.
And while the weather in the south of Anglesey was pretty calm,
It certainly wasn't in the north. back on the mainland and we head to Llandudno, Wales's most popular seaside resort.
And it's easy to see why.
With its Victorian seafront, grand pier and distinctive headland, it is perfect for a family break by the sea.
Unfortunately, it was too windy when we visited for its famous cable cars to run, but because the town has managed to maintain its grand facades, we didn't mind just wandering around the town.
In fact, I would venture that Llandudno is the best kept British seaside town that I've ever seen.
It beats Blackpool, certainly.
Well, that's not exactly hard. Heading inland, we swing by Beddgelert next.
We visited the grave of Gelert, which Ben will tell you is part of a myth to do with a Welsh prince and his dog, or something like that.
Look, that story is a big deal to the Welsh.
But regardless, it's surrounded by the beautiful scenery of Wales' most beloved region, Snowdonia.
With mountains, lakes, waterfalls and mile upon mile of hiking trails, Snowdonia is a favourite for hikers from all over the UK.
It is also home to the tallest mountain in Wales and England, Mount Snowdon.
Did you know that there was an Englishman who climbed this mountain and it was really cold and it was winter and there was snow and he got really alarmed because it snowed on him and he was like, oh my goodness, I've been snowed on, and that's why they called it Snowdon.
Why do you lie?
What makes Snowdon so popular is that, despite its height, it's actually a remarkably easy mountain to climb.
There are routes up for climbers of all abilities, but if you're feeling especially lazy, there's even a train up to the summit, with a station but a few meters from the top.
The summit was closed when we visited, thanks COVID, but I climbed it a few years ago and can confirm that it was certainly achievable.
Was the view from the top amazing?
Well, it was cloudy that day, so I couldn't see a thing, but it's meant to be a beautiful view when it's clear. So whether you love mountains, castles, beaches, or just tootling about in the country, there's definitely something for everyone in North Wales.
Well, unless you want a dragon, because despite advertising one on its flag, there are no dragons in Wales, which I found rather deceptive of them.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and to follow us on Instagram.
At Through My Cookie Eyes.
And make sure that you tune in next time when we will be in
Liverpool.
Until next time, folks.
See ya.